How's it going, everybody? So since my last video brought out all the Dust 2 demons wondering where my Dust 2 flashes were, I thought I'd make a whole video dedicated to just that. So anyways, these are my most useful and easy solo flashes for CS2 Dust 2, but first I want to thank today's sponsor, Skins Monkey. So Skins Monkey is an automated CS2 trading site that provides an instant way for you to get new skins. All you have to do is select your old skins that you don't want anymore and then pick out some fresh ones to trade for. It's as easy as that. And right now you could get a free $5 if you use code TACTICS on the site. And finally, you could get up to a 35% deposit bonus when using my code. So thanks again to Skins Monkey for sponsoring this video. Links in the description. So let's go ahead and get started. If you've ever got a really good spawn for long on Dust 2 and your teammates just aren't flashing for you, a great way to deal with that is as you're running up here towards long doors, you can just do a simple left click throw with a flashbang as you're running through the doorway. It's gonna pop all the way on this corner. You just turn from it and you can peek out, and all of the CTs as they're pushing towards pit, or if they're off the corner here, they're gonna get full blinded by this. Now, they're gonna have a little bit of time to react. They may be able to hear it if they're up closer, but the great thing about this flash is the fact that you're able to peek right as it goes off. So even if their backs are turned, you're gonna have an advantage in the fight. So it's a good one to throw, especially if your teammates aren't flashing for you. Obviously, it's gonna be better to have a teammate just come right here and simply flash over long because they're gonna have a much less chance of being able to turn from that. If you're not in a huge rush, a great alternative to that is coming right here into this corner and doing a simple left click throw with a flash right on this dark spot right here on the wood. That's gonna pop right over the door here. You can peek out with it, and it's gonna pretty much do the exact same thing. It's a really good flash. As you can see, there's a little bit less time to react from it. So, if you're not in a hurry, throw that one instead. It's pretty good. Just be mindful, if someone's up close on an angle like this, they're gonna hear that coming, probably be able to turn and kill you as you come out. So make sure you're throwing it in a good situation and you have a decent read of what's going on out here in long. And one thing you've probably noticed, these last two flashes have not blinded pit. So if you're concerned about that, you can go into this corner and do a jump throw at the top left of the inside of this trim on the box. That's gonna pop all the way out here, and it's gonna full blind. Not only is it gonna full blind corner here, but it's also gonna full blind anyone inside of pit. Pretty much any angle in pit that's able to look out towards long doors is gonna be able to get full blinded by this flash. So it's a really good one to throw. And on the flip side of that, if you ever feel like the T's have pushed out of long doors and you're playing on CT, you can go right here into this position and do a run through with a flashbang towards the top of this building. It's gonna pop out and full blind any of the T's as they're pushing out. Now they can hear it slightly, but in the chaos of the beginning of the round, it's pretty difficult for them to turn from. Even at higher levels, I've had a lot of success with this flash when maybe you wouldn't expect it to. For some reason, the T's are just really susceptible to getting absolutely fully roasted by this flashbang. Similar to the last flash, if I'm ever playing on CT crosshair, maybe towards elevator, and I want to peek out towards long for information or to get kills, a great flash that I like to throw is I'll come right here, and I'll just aim just below this wire and do a run throw with a flash where it pops all the way out here, and it's going to full blind anyone out in this area. Now, again, similar to the last one, they can hear it coming, but during the chaos of the round as they're pushing up, a lot of times it catches them extremely off guard, and it just gives you an opportunity to peek with the flash, and if they're not there, you get the information that they're not. Moving on to a great way to counter any of the T's pushing up towards cat is you go right here behind this palm tree and you just do a simple middle click throw straight up behind it. Now, while that may seem like a super simple flash, take a look at it from their perspective. They never really see the flash. They may catch a slight little glimpse of it behind the palm tree, but it completely conceals the flash. So if you're peeking up sight, the chances of you seeing this is nearly impossible, and it still full blinds them through the palm tree. It's a super OP flash in my opinion, and I've been getting a lot of kills with this when playing competitive. Now, it's been working against lower skilled players because it's competitive. I have no idea what it would be like if I was able to play Faceit on Dust 2, but hey, definitely give this a try and let me know what you think, because it's super easy to throw and they almost never turn away from it. And now moving on to one of the oldest flashes in the book, as you're running up cat, you go right in the middle of this kind of line here on this ramp, and right as you get towards the top, you do a run throw, right? And that flash is gonna go all the way up here and it's gonna full blind any of the common positions here towards sight. As you can see, they don't have too much time to react from it because it just barely pops out and will destroy them for a full blinding effect. And when they're this far back, they're probably not going to hear it pop up, especially in the middle of a hit. And now moving on over to mid, one of my favorite ways to peek out and take this control is by coming right here next to Xbox and doing a simple left click throw just above the top right corner of it. That's going to pop all the way outside of the door, and it's going to blind pretty much all of your common angles right outside of doors. That's a really good one to throw whenever you're pairing it with a cross smoke by just coming in that same corner, just left clicking a smoke right here at this nice little mark on the wall. One thing you got to keep in mind though in CS2, this smoke is a lot worse than CSGO because of how gigantic the gap is. It's not quite as tall as it was in CSGO, so you have to really worry about them being able to catch you running up. It's very, very easy to play over. And back in CSGO, typically what would happen is someone would throw an extra smoke up here, or, you know, I think there was one that maybe landed here that would block any sort of boosting possibility. But now you don't really have to do that. You can just have a teammate drop you an extra smoke, and you can throw 2 smokes in the exact same lineup. And take a look at this. The first smoke's gonna land and it's not gonna fill in, but once the second one does, it fully expands in to cover that gap. So it turns it into one massive smoke. So that's just an interesting mechanic that you might wanna keep in mind. And now moving on over to B, a great flash you can throw for your teammates and for yourself as you're running out of tons is as you're coming around this corner, you just position your crosshair right on this window. You're just gonna run up and do a run throw right above it as you're coming up, and that's gonna bank into this crevice, and it's gonna full blind all of these common positions here on site, as you can see. A really good flash to throw, and this is more intended, now they have plenty of time to look away from this, this is more intended for them to have to turn away from and break their line of sight as you're running out than it is to just full blind them and get you a kill off of. It's just a good flash to scale up with. You know, you're coming out, you just throw it, your teammates come out with you, and you end up blinding these positions, and you're able to take more space than you otherwise would be able to. And finally, if you're ever anchoring B and you spot the T's coming out of tons, you can just do a simple left click run throw at the very top of that box to full blind any of the T's as they're running out. As you can see from their perspective, they have a little bit of time to turn away from it, but in the middle of a site hit, a lot of times you're going to end up full blinding a couple of players as they're running out, especially if there's a lot of chaos going on the site. Now, I've been saying that a lot throughout this video, and the fact of the matter is a self flash typically is going to make a little bit of noise, and it's going to cause the T's to be able to turn away from time to time. That's just the nature of a solo flash. A good team flash is always going to be more useful and more effective, but these are flashes that if you're a solo queuer and you can't always rely on teammates to flash for you, these are great options to be able to get kills and make something out of a tough situation. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you learned something new, please let me know down in the comments, and please suggest anything you'd like to see for any future videos, because I love making videos that you guys want to see. Thanks so much for 40,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next one.